I'm going to my friends. Let's go with me. Today we're going to excursion on delicatessen and caviar shop. Black and red caviar. You will see address and place on Google Maps where placed that shop. You will see very many interesting and tasty foods on this shop. Red and black caviar too. Let's go! And first I'm going to the bus station. Price for tickets to bus cost $2.75. It's cheap, I think, because minimum salary in New York City it's $15 per hour. My friends working on caviar market. On Russian it's ikra, on English caviar, if it's correct, or ikura on Japan's language. Shop of food. They have it. This bus I'm waiting. Yeah. This how it looks inside. Bus, of course. I'm going to this market. Here are my friends. I'm on the caviar shop. Does it correct name?
Caviar store.
Caviar store. Oh yeah. Вот он. 21st century.
Look at this, 21st century technology. The camera moves as we move, so if we just
Does it work?
move to the left a little bit,
Yeah.
it follows us.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so cool.
It's bloggers. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Bloggers 101.
Угу.
Может быть, покушаешь первое?
Ну давай посидим,
Да, давай,
поболтаем.
покушай.
Hello from New York City.
Hi.
This is Liana. I'm on Caviar Market. Does it correct?
Yes. Welcome to Caviar Market.
I have to few questions about caviar, red and black caviar. Поправь меня if I don't
It's
correct.
perfect.
Okay, thank you. I used translator. Google Translator.
Let's see.
If caviar useful as a food product, yes or no? Why?
Yes, caviar is very useful food product because it has a lot of different nutrients and ingredients in it that are specifically aimed to improve your health.
Wow. I understand only 50%. Yes, I understand, of course. Is it useful to everyone? Or are there people with
Это неправильно. Complications, allergies, можно так
Есть ли
сказать.
противопоказания к применению икры? Could you tell it in English?
Это очень огромное слово, я понимаю, почему оно не перевелось для тебя.
If someone have allergies to caviar.
Complications, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, caviar does have many nutrients, but even though it has so many good things inside, like omega-3 fatty acids, not all people can eat caviar and it be beneficial to them because some people have allergies to shellfish, for example. Those people will not be able to eat caviar, as it will cause severe allergic reactions.
Allergic reaction. Oh. I don't understand what
Давай,
I'm writing
где?
here. This question, what does it mean?
Okay, so he wrote differences of species with examples. So what I think that he was trying to say is there a different types of caviar from different species? And the answer to that is yes. So for example, in America specifically, red caviar is known as red caviar from salmon. So everyone in America knows that it comes from a salmon or salmon, as we say. But in Russia and in like our in the Russian language, there's actually different fish species of where red caviar comes from. So in Russian, you can say not only does it come from salmon, it comes from pink salmon, which is garbusha, or kita, which is cham, or kijuch, or nekra. Whereas in English language, it's all salmon. It's just one fish, salmon. А на русском можно сказать траут или другие какие-то именования.
First time I talking salmon. On Russian, what I see, I talking it's salmon. Now I understand it's salmon.
Yes, so that's actually a very interesting point because growing up in America as an American born to a Russian speaking family, my entire life, I would say salmon because that's what they would say at home with my family because my family is Russian speaking, so they say salmon. So when I go to school, I think that this is correct to say salmon. And all of my friends, my colleagues or coworkers, they correct me and they say it's actually salmon. It's not salmon. You're not supposed to pronounce the L, but I do it anyways so that people will know that I'm Slavic.
Do you know Russian slang? It's if you see strange food, looks not tasty. on Russian language people can say хрючево.
Я никогда не слышала это слово.
What is хрючево? Что это за хрючево?
I've never heard of this word in my life, but maybe it means like ew, like
It's like looks like strange food.
foo.
Yes, yeah, just strange food.
Strange?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like big mass. I don't remember which question asked it. Yes, what does it mean? I don't know.
Okay, so this question, I see that you were using the Google Translate
Yes,
because
yes.
I understand what question you're trying to ask, but the way it was translated is incorrect.
It's
So,
the same.
да, я знаю.
Russian.
So the question that you wrote here is, why are there fewer varieties of black caviar on sale? And to answer that question is because black caviar is from an endangered species, but that is actually a different question than what you asked here because the translation was off. So I'll answer both of the questions. Black caviar it tends to be more expensive because it's an endangered species that you have to import into America. So that is not very cost effective. But there are a lot of different black caviar options on sale.
I know in Russia people can't ловить рыбу with black color outside in oceans.
Yes, but because you need permit in order to do that.
No, in Russia it's not law. You can only on farm.
Oh, right, on the farm.
On the farms. Yeah, that's why in Russia sometimes black caviar, it's so expensive. 7 years ago, it costs like 100 grams. It's like $200.
That's very expensive.
Yeah.
And that's why it's even more expensive when you bring that already expensive caviar into America. It becomes even more expensive because of the shipping fees.
So people who live in here, they can tell America because in Russia people tell to America.
Yep,
I hear only United States or USA and not usually America. So I can say that here.
Definitely, you can say America. It's a preference. So some people say US or the US of A, USA, United States, США. Some people say America. There's really no difference. You can say either one.
Some people thinking I'm living in New York, not in USA, New York in Ukraine. Some people.
Oh, there's a New York in Ukraine?
Yeah.
Where is that city?
It's a I don't know. It's a village or silo.
Oh, it's a silo. Interesting.
It's a middle between village and city.
That's interesting.
New York.
Maybe they just got it confused.
Yeah. It's like Moscow in USA and St. Petersburg in USA.
Exactly. We actually have a St. Petersburg in the US, and it's located in Florida, and I used to live there.
Near Magnitogorsk we have Paris.
Really?
Paris, yes. And we have Eiffeleva башня. How it's on English?
Не знаю.
Eiffel
Oh, Eiffel Tower?
Tower. Yeah.
The Eiffel Tower.
Because Paris, it's a village, but it's called Paris.
Interesting.
After Second War, people who was on Europe, they want to have Paris too, and they called.
That's the same thing in like Manhattan, in the city here in New York. A lot of the city names of the little small towns were taken from Europe.
Yeah.
Because they just want to be just like Europe.
Which next questions I don't remember.
How to choose and how to store.
Yeah, how to store.
So caviar is normally stored in the refrigerator, and it can be stored for up to a week, but you can always freeze caviar to make it last longer.
I try to understand.
He's trying to understand the answer to the
I'm
question.
joking. Yeah, my English much better. But when someone on the street telling you something you don't want to see, my English teacher tell that she told, oh sorry, I speak Russian, I don't understand English.
That's perfect. I do the same thing. So when somebody on the street harasses me or comes up to me with a question and I don't want to talk to them, I will look at them in complete
Like on stand-up, do you see the short video?
Yeah.
When I'm afraid, I use strong Russian accent.
Yes, exactly. Because people are scared of the Russian accent. So I just look at them with the most serious expression and go, I don't speak English, Russian only. I hear 1 year.
I hear about a story. Girl walking on the Manhattan and someone goes to she. And she is screaming on Russian bad words to him. He is afraid and run away.
Because people in America have been told or taught by the movies and the films to be scared of Russians because they say that all Russians is mafia.
Oh.
And Americans think that Russians is everyone who speaks Russian, not just the Russian people. But Uzbeki, if you speak Russian, you Russian. If you're Ukrainian but you speak
I
Russian,
was
you
surprised
Russian.
that, yeah, because I worked with Uzbekian company. I call they called to me Vasyajan when they called to me and asked me, "Oh, how are you, Vasyajan?" And so, "Oh, Nurijan, how are you? Nice to meet you."
Imagine their name was John, and then you would have to say John John.
It's very уважение.
Respectful.
It's very respectful. Jan, it's like on Japan's chan.
Yeah, it's like when you're talking to someone who's older or wiser than you, it's a way of using respect
Yes,
in the Uzbeki
if I
language.
understand correctly. But if you very close to those family, they call to you Aka. It's like brother. Does it correct? Someone see me. I know that.
Yeah, let us know if that's correct information, and if you have some other knowledge, please do share it with us.
Yes, please. So, which next questions?
Okay, so we just did how to store. This is the next one.
Salt. Yeah, salt. I don't know how to salt.
Прочитай.
How to salt fresh caviar from raw pink salmon if
Caught.
cut.
Caught.
What is it?
So that's actually, если поймали.
Cut, yeah.
Поймали рыбу.
got it.
So that is a great question, but unfortunately I won't be able to answer that because I am the caviar processor, not the caviar harvester. So there's the fisherman who catches the fish, and then after that process goes the harvesting process, which they harvest the eggs from the salmon, they take the eggs out, and then they salt it. So that's done by a professional, and then the second part of the process is done by me, which is the processing.
Some people in Russia fried caviar.
Yes, that's true. I'm not a fan, to
I'm
be
not a fan
honest.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Caviar or maloka. Do you know what is it?
I do, but
I-
I don't think
I
it's
don't like
meant. I don't think it's meant to be consumed in that way. I think it's meant to be consumed на бутербродике там с маслом.
To me, I understand what is it maloka, and I can't eat that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan at all.
Yeah, I understand. But I like caviar. So, oh yeah. Do you know interesting recipes?
Yes, so there's actually a lot of different ways to eat caviar, both red and black. So you can eat it with sushi, you can eat it with bread and butter, or you can go a little crazy. You can do it with sunny side eggs, you can do it with any type of potatoes, like baked or fried potatoes as well. One of my clients actually bought Popeye's chicken and the fried chicken, and they put black caviar right on top of their fried chicken
And potato.
and potatoes, and they loved it. So I've seen people eat caviar on ice cream. So you're free to do whatever you want with it to try.
Oh. In Russia people like eat caviar with tartaletki? I don't know how it's in
Это что
English. It's like корзинки маленькие, like тесто как печеньки, тарталетки.
Сейчас посмотрим.
It-
We're going to do a little Google Translate really
Yeah.
quickly here.
How on English тарталетки for caviar? Тарталетки для икры.
We're going to find out.
Oh, microphone is here. I forget. Why I'm talking to camera?
That is so funny.
Тарталетки. Who know how it's on English?
Тарталетки.
Yeah, it's like
Tartlets. Все равно
Tartlets.
ничего не поняла.
it's like a little piece of cookies
Тарталетки.
with from тесто.
I see. Okay. It's kind of like deviled eggs. Okay, but the key.
Yeah. It's тарталетки. in
Yes,
Russian
I
language.
understand what it is now, but I still don't know how to like equate that into the English language. But basically, it's like these little circular pastries, and inside, you can put the caviar inside,
Yeah, it's
or you could put deviled eggs in there too.
okay. Can caviar get boring?
Caviar can definitely get boring if you don't know what to do with it or how to eat it. It can also get boring if you eat it very often, so it's always good to spice up your dishes. So eat smaller amounts of caviar with bigger meals. So like, let's say put it on your steak dinner to spice up your steak. But eating just caviar alone, it could possibly get boring, yeah.
Oh, I have memory like Dory fish. My memory like Dory fish. It's my problem.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'm like Nemo.
How do Americans feel about caviar? What Americans eat caviar or don't like
Americans love caviar, and they do view it more of as like a delicacy than the Russian-speaking folks. Whereas like Russians are used to caviar, they're used to buying it more often. Americans will eat it as like a delicacy for a holiday, special праздник, like some type of holiday celebration, birthday party, and they eat it in like smaller amounts, but they're willing to pay more for it. They know how to eat it.
So delicacy and delicious, it's separate words.
Well, they are, yes. Delicious means очень вкусно, and
Yeah,
delicacy
I
means.
thought delicious, it's like delicacy. I
No, no,
never heard
no.
about
Those
it.
are two separate words. So a delicacy is something that's super hard to find.
Yeah.
Еда, которая очень там,
Delicatessen, right?
деликатес, да. Delicacy, that's a
I thought
delicatess.
delicious, it's delicatessen.
A delicious means очень вкусно.
Like very tasty. Oh.
Very tasty. See,
How-
together, my Russian gets better and his English gets better. It's a win-win situation.
How long your market opened?
We started this business in December of 2021. So it's been just about a year and a few months.
Yeah, it's good. Do you have any promotions on your market?
Yes, we do have promotions. So from time to time, every month, we'll add a new promotion or a new discounted item, and we'll put it up on Instagram and put out flyers for everyone to know to grab the good deal.
And good delivery.
And good delivery. So deliveries are free locally, and that is definitely something that not a lot of businesses offer. So
Of course, not in Slovenia.
not in Slovenia, but if you are local, we will deliver for free.
Oh, it's very good. Now we will show to you a few samples or how it's in English.
Yes, we'll show a couple products just to get a little look.
We will show to you how caviar.
All of the products that we have in our store.
Oh, on English. Now in English.
Now this is going to be the English version, so it's going to be easier for me, harder for Vasya. My name is Liana. Welcome to Caviar Market. So we're going to start you guys off with our duck products and some of our pork products. So for the pork, this is sala, which is a specific traditional Ukrainian dish, basically bacon, in other words. And the rest of the products that you see here is from duck. We have truffle duck salami mixed with pork. We have duck breast, whole and frozen from Hudson Valley, which is known as one of the most sustainable duck companies in America. We also have the smoked duck breast, so this is ready to serve, and the sliced and smoked duck breast, as well as foie gras, which is duck liver, from the most sustainable company. Next, we have red caviar. Now, all of our red caviar comes from Alaska, and we have about 3 different kinds. The smallest one being the 500-gram Peter Pan, and the popular size and most common being the 1 kilo of the Peter Pan. This one's on sale for $100 right now. And again, both of them come from pink salmon. But we also have a much more exclusive red caviar option from the company XIP. This one yields much larger roe, and it is much more delicious, in my opinion. Next, we have the black caviar. So we have about 7 or 8 different types of black caviar. All of them come from completely different regions, such as 2 different American options, one in Cali, one in Louisiana. We have options from Turkmenistan, which is the sterlet sturgeon. We have some Kaluga options, 3 different kinds of Kaluga, all from different places around the world, all sustainably farmed, and the Americans are wild caught. Next, we have the dumplings and the pierogies, which are a traditional Slavic meal, both Russian and Ukrainian traditional meals. The pilmeni, we have several different flavors, all for the meat lovers. And for our vegetarians, we have cheese and potato options as well. Now, next we have some traditional Slavic TV dinners, kind of like an American TV dinner, but Russian style. If you don't have a Russian babushka at home to make you delicious, delicious chicken Kiev, you can buy it here in a lunchbox and make it yourself at home. Next, we have a bunch of different meat options from places like Nicaragua, Holland, Australia, and Portugal. We have 2 different Wagyu options for Wagyu beef and 2 different tomahawk options, such as veal and beef tomahawk steaks. Very interesting delicacies from Holland, such as veal tongue. and some more affordable Wagyu and Kobe beef options from Australia. Also, we have a fully functional halal section for those that have religious preferences. We have rabbit that is certified halal, as well as quails in a large and smaller size. In addition to that, to complete our halal menu, we have these awesome containers of butter from Egypt. These are halal, as well as from our motherland. Our babushkas used to make the similar tapliona masla, if you guys remember. And that's pretty much it for the tour. Thank you guys for joining in, and I'll hand it over to Vasya.
Thank you for watching. This was Vasya from New York. Bye bye.
Thank you. Woo!